Hey guys, what's up? It's Latoria, and I have kind of took a little 2-day break, and I'm going to post again today for my challenge. And I'm at an artist workshop, and it's about artist development and finding your audience. And I don't know, I struggle because as much as I want to release my music, and as much as I want to vlog, and as much as I want to put out there, at the same time, I'm a very, I guess the word is guarded. I'm a guarded individual because I love being in control, and I love being in control of the sense that I get to keep my privacy and keep what I want to myself. And a lot of that is all of me, usually. All of me. However, trying to step out more and be more creative and be more ambitious about what I'm doing, and obviously be more intentional about what I'm doing, has been a struggle for me. I think I would have done more videos, and I would have done more music, and I would have done more shows, and I would have done more things in life in general, not just now, but in life in general, because I wouldn't have been so under wraps, I guess is the word. So right now, I'm just learning what it is to not only do the technical side of vlogging and the technical side of my artistry, I'm also learning the most delicate aspects of myself. Meaning, what am I willing to show? What am I willing to display? What am I willing to sell or put out there for marketing purposes? And it's been really interesting, to say the least. And I find it interesting because I have had to do like this small, delicate, intimate analysis of myself and my music, as far as what am I selling, as far as what is my message, what am I giving to an audience, what do I want promoters, venues, and anybody else who wants to use my talents, sell my talents, whatever you want to call it, what am I offering to them to see, and how open am I allowing myself to be. What am I giving, you know? And what is it that I want someone else to take from what I give? For somebody else, that may be really easy, and I watch people on YouTube, and I watch people on Facebook, and I watch people in, you know, just the music industry in itself, and they write music and all these things. But I guess here's a little bit about me. So growing up, I always wanted to be a singer. I always wanted to follow legendary status of somebody: Whitney Houston, Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Sade, Anita Baker. You know, I really wanted to follow Gladys Knight, like legendary status singers, because I always felt like my own particular voice was my own and it couldn't be duplicated. And I know a lot of people say that, like, this is my lane. But what I find today, and what I've always found, is that there are a few singers that actually have their own sound. A lot of times people mimic, and they sound like what they grew up on, in a sense, but also they sound like the next tone that's very, very, you know, near them. So you'll have a singer who sounds like another singer because they think that that's the tone and that's the energy that the society or culture or whomever wants to hear. And then when that sound is over, when that energy is settled out and it's moved on to another sound, it's moved on to another trend, it's moved on to another thing, they no longer are able to sustain that audience, and they're no longer able to sustain that following that they had. That's why you have a lot of one-hit wonders, and you have a lot of artists who are, they sound this way on this album, and then they sound another way on another album. And truth be told, I want to be a consistent artist, meaning that you can listen to my first album, which I'll put out eventually, or you can listen to hopefully what comes out to be my next and my next and my next, and you see a body of work that is artistry. You see a body of work that tells a story. You see a body of work that shows my own personal growth and my knowledge of self, and you be able to gain something from it, whether that's relatability, whether that's a message, whether that's just a feel-good thing or a thought-provoking thing, or whether that's a purpose. Because when I was coming up and I would listen to music, I would listen to your Gerald Leverts and your Isley Brothers, and I would listen to the OJs. Then I would listen to Whitney Houston, and I would even listen to just different artists, Toni Braxton's, and I hate to say with an S because there's only really one of those people, but I would listen to artists who told stories and made moments, created an actual space in time that you could be like, when I heard that song, this is what I thought, this is what I felt, this is where I was at with my friends, this is what I was doing, this is, my mindset then. And I remember going through something and then being like, you know what, I can get through it, I can do better, I can live in these potentials differently. I want to be that kind of artist, to where people recognize my voice because it helped them in something, it helped them through something, it helped them to recognize something about themselves. And it was because it's something that I really, really, really am studying, and I'm really putting my passion behind, and I'm doing it not only as a creative outlet, but as a learning tool for myself. I want to do some really goofy vlogs on YouTube, or do something that's so silly and like, oh, that got me, my 4,000 hours and my 1,000 subscribers, and it got me this, and it got me the numbers, okay? But in truth, I know that eventually numbers will come, right? But at the same time, what I really, 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 really want is to express myself and have no fear. Because when I was younger, like I was saying a few minutes ago, I would sing and I would share my creative aspects, and maybe it didn't sound right for the time. Maybe back then it wasn't right, but kids, really, it wasn't even people, it was kids. People would say, adults probably understood me more because I sang with soul, but I wasn't trendy, and so they were like, I don't know, I didn't like that note, or why did she do that run that way? And so what I would do is, knowing full well I could sing. Now I ain't even talking about no sing, I can really sing actually, but because of the judgment, I would get quiet. And somebody would be like, can you sing? I'd be like, no, I won't sing. I don't sing for other people. I don't sing in public. I really put my own damper on me in fear of criticism. And it wasn't even real criticism, because at the end of the day, even though they might have been in the choir or they may have been, somewhere, they ain't sing no better. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna be real. Couldn't outsing me. Truth is, sometimes I can do things, but I don't. Not because I can't, but because I don't like judgment. I don't like someone looking at my creative aspect and my most intimate parts of myself and then being like, I wouldn't do it like that. Well, duh, bitch. Sorry, excuse me. But duh. I'm not you, and I'll never be you, and I don't want to be you. I don't want to be anybody else. I don't want to look like anybody else. I don't want to sound or speak like anyone else. I don't want to be you ever. I don't want to be anybody else but me and be happy in my own skin, in my own world, living my best life, as Lil Duval say, because I can smile. I smile at my thoughts. I can laugh at myself, even in my own mistakes. I don't need you to make me. I don't need you to tell me who I am. I tell you who I am. And here comes my little boy, but today I'm learning. Hi, sir.
Point.
What are you doing? I'm doing a vlog. Where'd you go?
I went to the event.
How was that?
Good.
What'd you get?
I got some wings.
You ain't get no pencil. You ain't get no paper.
Bag. I got a big bag full of stuff.
Oh, that's nice. Are you having fun?
I got beat by a little girl.
What?
I got beat by a
You
little
doing
girl
what?
in a race.
Oh, man. Because you got them flippers on, but still.
Huh?
Because you got them flippers on.
Well, I just try my best.
That's all you can do. Well, I'm coming to the house to have a lunch break.
Well, I have to ask you something after you get done with your blog.
Okay. Well, I'm getting out the car now.
Able to quit it? Real quick?
Yeah. I'll be back.